Do you feel like you can use more self-confidence when you have to speak? Perhaps it's the speaking anxiety, hesitating when you have to speak up, or feeling like people is going to be judging you negatively. Well, today we're going to be having someone that's very special with us today, Mammana, who is a singer, songwriter, and amazing human being. Amanda first blew the judges and audience away when she first appeared on America's Got Talent, where now her audition video as of today reached 7 million views. At the age of 10, Amanda developed a speech impediment and became very shy and insecure. But when she spoke and sang on that stage, Amanda instantly became a catalyst of change because of who she became. Today, Amanda will be sharing with us her mindset around confidence, overcoming struggles, and how we can speak up for our true selves. Amanda, thank you for being on with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Amanda, when it comes to confidence, if I were to ask you, do you think you're a confident individual? What would you say?
I think um, growing up, I definitely was not a confident person. I was very insecure um, in how I spoke, and that I think it affected um, like all areas like of my life. Um, but now I think I have more of a level um, uh, of confidence because um, I've learned to embrace um, um, who I am and not um, care about what other people think.
Mm. Can I ask, how did you start embracing who you are? Was it a sudden change, or did you have to do something, or
Mhm.
how did that happen?
Yeah, to be honest, I think um, um, when I started music, it kind of um, uh, it, it it gave me like a new voice. Um, so that definitely helped with my confidence, but also um, I think um, the big switch for me was going on AGT and just I guess um, telling like the world who I was and who I am and the struggles that I've faced, and that yeah, it definitely it, it helped with my confidence because I was like if I could step on to that stage and I can speak um, to millions of people, then like I can do anything. So.
Got it. When you stutter now, does it still affect you like normal every single day activities, or like no, it's just who you are?
Um, yeah, I would say, um, yeah, like it is a daily, thing that I face. Um, like especially being in college right now. Um, like I'm meeting new people. Um, like I'm having like to talk and um, like in class and stuff like that. Yeah, so it still does affect me. Um, but it has also um, become um, like part of me.
Got it. Now, when it does affect you, not even that, like maybe before when you were younger,
Mhm.
how did it affect you when you were younger, or maybe how it changed to today? So,
Mhm.
was there anything different from before
Mhm.
to now?
Yeah, when I was younger, it was um, uh, it, it was definitely like a lot worse, and I think um, um, me not being confident back then also just made it worse. Like I would never like like raise my hand like in class. At school, I would hate like meeting um like new people, like and having like to say my own name. I could barely like order my own food like at a restaurant or something. Um, yeah, and I think it was because I was like um so uh like embarrassed um of my speech.
Hmm. So if you were going to speak, then how did you think? So can I ask, why did you feel embarrassed?
I think because like um like a lot of the time uh when like I would have to speak to people and um like I would have a block like or like I'd stutter. I like I would get kind of um reactions that like kind of hurt, like if somebody asked me um my name and like it would take me like some time like to get it out, like I would always get the question um uh like did you forget your name, like, and they would like laugh and stuff, like, so it was because of those
Hmm.
like things that like kept happening. um like they caused me like to really really shy away because um like I didn't want people um like to laugh at me and like not take me seriously. So
Got it. Do you still feel the same way now or differently?
I think um like I still have times where like those feelings from when like I was a kid um um like they surface, but now I've kind of learned that um um like to show people um like grace and to um like educate them like on like stuttering and and uh, and, uh, like it just really just like to not care like if somebody um, like thinks that I'm like weird or um, like have a problem or something like that. So
Got it. Got it. And thank you for sharing all of this. Well, what would you say? So let's say I'm going to pretend I'm other people and I'm
mhm.
going into either I'm speaking up in class, a meeting, a presentation, whatever it is. And
Yeah.
I think, oh, my voice will tremble and everyone will see my voice tremble
Mhm.
and everyone will see me as a nervous wreck, let's say. How would you
Mhm.
think about that?
I think that um, we oftentimes um, as humans we think that people will notice things that we notice about ourselves, um, whether that be how we look, like um, how we sound. We always, because like we know ourselves the best, we can find things that we don't like about ourselves, and I think that people are going to see those things as well. But oftentimes, it like um, that's just not true, and I think, especially with speaking, it's a part like of like our everyday lives, and I think um, I think just realizing that. um, uh, we all have a voice. Um, uh, 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 no matter what it sounds like, um, that we could step onto a stage or in a meeting and like if our voices tremble, like who cares? Like we're all human, so like it, it like it's just part of it.
Got it. But what about I'm playing devil's advocate, okay? So
Mhm,
so let's say our voice trembles or people see us
mhm.
nervous.
Yeah.
In the professional world, what if
Mhm,
people, our colleagues, our boss, our friends, our other people say, "Hey, it's not good to be that way." So then our reputation could be lowered, or they don't
mhm,
see us as a strong speaker or leader. So therefore, it could have consequences because of other people's
mhm,
perception of how we show up. Even though we might be confident
mm,
in how we show up, other
mhm,
people don't view it that way. What are your thoughts on that?
mhm. Yeah, I think um just from like my personal like experience I have I've definitely felt that people like in the um uh uh in, in like the music world n- um haven't taken me seriously
Mm,
because of um like how I speak. um um like they might think that um um like I don't know um like what I'm talking about or anything like that. So I've definitely uh like experienced that. Um but I I I also think just practicing like in going out and taking like every opportunity that you can to um s- like speak in public. I think um it like it will definitely um like help you and um I think the only way that we grow is if we're okay um, with being uh, uncomfortable. Um, so,
got it. Got it. Now, maybe take a second to think about this next question, or
mhm.
if you have any other things you just want to share, you can just share them. Sometimes I'm just piggybacking off of what you're
Oh,
saying.
you're good.
If you had, so what would be one or maybe two questions that you wished other people would ask you when it comes to things that we're talking about? Even if when the things not what we're talking about, what do you think you wished other people would ask you?
Hmm, that's a good question. What do I wish other people would have asked me? Um, I think uh, like I wish that people would have asked me. I suppose um, like how I was feeling. I like I guess like instead of like assuming, like that, like I was, um, like nervous or shy, like I wish that people would have, I guess, like, like asked about my speech and, um, like, and I guess how they could have, like, I guess like helped me or um, like accommodated me, in that way. Um, if if that kind of answers like what you were asking, but
Yes, yes, yes. And actually, I want
Mhm.
you to answer your own question too. But how did
Mhm.
you? But why do you think you want people to ask that instead of how you were feeling? And maybe
Mm.
why it's more helpful.
Yeah, because I think um talking like to someone um who has a stutter, like it can make them I think um like uncomfortable. So I think that if they ask um like you like what they can do to um like either um I I I guess like make you feel heard. Um uh because a lot of the times people will um try like to finish your sentences
Mm,
or um like tell you things um like, oh, like if you could sing like fluently, like why don't you just like sing everything, like, and it's those things that um like put you down and um like shake up like your confidence because um like they're essentially like telling you that um like you don't have a voice. um so
got it. So how has it been helping you, or has it been helpful?
I think um I've definitely run into um like two types of people, like people who would try to um like finish my sentences or like who will make um like snarky comments or like will um like chuckle and laugh. But there's other people that I've also met that uh, um have so much patience and they give me time to um say um what I want to say. Um uh eh, um 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 like, and that makes me feel heard. So
Mm. And when you were talking about earlier, kind of having your voice or finding your voice or using your
mhm,
voice, what does that mean?
mhm. I think um like I always say that music helped me find my voice, but it didn't. People um like sometimes think that like I mean that singing um like became my voice, but it but it actually helped me find my voice, which meant it helped me find my confidence and who I am as a person, even though I might not sound um um like fluent speakers. I think um like just coming to like to realize that I'm not um defined by um my stutter, but I should also be um confident and proud of who I am uh, because of my stutter.
Mm. Can you explain that a little bit more? So proud of who you are because of your stutter. What does that
Mhm.
mean?
I think it uh, it it's given me I think musically, it's given me the opportunity to um, be vulnerable with people, and to create a space uh, for people to feel um, safe and comfortable. Uh, and, and I think that's uh, it, it's a really, really beautiful thing when you as a person who has um, like a bit of a platform, being able to create a community and like a space that um, like you don't have to hide
Hmm.
like who you are or what you struggle with.
Got it. What if people, so when you're saying, like, for example, you don't have to hide who you are,
Mhm.
and some of us, we might be thinking, well, if we really show up as our true selves, maybe we let people see who we really are. Maybe they won't like us, or maybe it will go downhill more for some reason.
Mhm.
What would you have to say to that? If even when we're hearing you now, we're thinking, oh,
Yeah.
show our, don't be afraid to show out who we are, right?
Mhm.
How can one do that? I would say if we feel like if we show our true selves, there'll
Mm.
be some kind of consequence in a way.
Mm. Yeah, I think so. Me personally, um, I I know that um, I have a calling to
Mhm.
um, uh, to reach people and to inspire people through music. And I have come across people that because I've um, opened myself up and like I kind of let people um, inside me that they have, I guess, pulled back or uh, like or didn't like or don't want um, like anything like to do with me, and uh, that's very challenging. But I know uh, that my purpose um, like is to um, um, like to reach people um, uh, and to inspire and to encourage um, through music, but also th- through my story. And I think just if people don't like you for who you are, like then um, um, yeah, like still love them obviously, but don't like uh, don't waste your time trying to um, prove yourself to them if they don't like you for who you are.
Mm. Now, you were talking about your calling and your purpose. How did you find that? Did you decide on that one day, or somehow over time, if it felt like that was the thing?
Mm-hmm. Uh, well, I've been doing music for 10 years now, and I think like at the beginning, it was just a hobby and um, like something that like I liked. But when time went on, I think um, when I wrote like my first um, song and like I posted it like to social media, and I got back comments from people um, saying that like the song, it encouraged them, or it like it spoke to them. Um, it kind of hit me that um, that like I wanted to do that for like a living, like to make people smile, and um, like to make people feel heard and loved.
Mm, that's amazing. That's great.
Mhm.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate some more. So let's say some people are listening,
Mhm.
and they may be thinking, Amanda, that's great for you. You have your purpose. You have your calling. It seems like you can share your story. You have your music. But what about me?
Mhm.
I don't have any good stories. I don't have any. My life is mundane. I can't
Mhm.
sing like you, right? I'm not like you. What about us, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if we're just nervous speaking up, or we feel like we have to do this,
Yeah.
we don't have our calling, or we're not here to inspire people.
Mhm.
What would you have to say for that?
Mhm. Um, well, I personally think that um, every single person has a specific uh, purpose or calling for their life, and uh, and I know um, like that could sound um, like cliche and all, like yay, um, uh, but I truly think that um, each and every one of us has a purpose, and but each of those things they can look completely different uh, from the other. S so for me, that's, um, doing music. F For you, that's helping people, um, um, like with public speaking, and, like in that field, there's teachers who, um, educate, um, there's doctors who heal people, and help people. So I think it doesn't really matter uh, what you're doing, but it matters how you do it. Um, and yeah, I think just having like that mindset. How can I um, um, help somebody today, or how can I make somebody smile today?
Mm,
How could I uh, encourage somebody? And it doesn't just have to be at your like career. Like it could be um, like at the store, or at the bank. Like it, it could be literally anywhere.
mm. I love that mindset that you just shared with us. Going on a different topic, it's still related, but
Mhm.
when you go out and you sing, whether it's at a performance or wherever it is, number one, do you still get nervous? And number two, like how do you, before you go out, do you have like a routine or do anything before you go
Mhm.
out and
Mhm.
perform?
Yeah, I think um, before like each performance, I still get um, um, like nervous, but I think that um, nerves mean that you care, um, and yeah, like I do have some things like uh, before I go out, like I always I I do breathing, um, like exercises, like just to calm like my mind, and um, like my breathing and stuff. Uh, Uh, I also do this, it's kind of like a pose, but the, um, um, the superhero pose, and it's
Okay.
just kinda, like standing up straight, like, and, um, like being confident and just, and, uh, and apparently, I read this somewhere that doing this for like 20 seconds or like 30 seconds can actually, um, like boost like your confidence. Uh, it, um, it could just be like a placebo, but I think, it, like it helps me too. Like it helps me think that like I can, um, like conquer. And also, I, d- um, I do like a lot of, journaling, and just writing, um, like how I'm feeling, what like I'm thankful for, and that kind of puts things like into perspective. So,
Okay. Awesome. When you journal, is it like a freestyle journaling, or do you start with the
mhm.
question and then you go off of that, or do you pick you back off of another day, or just is it just how you're
Yeah,
feeling? Yeah.
uh, I tend I tend to usually write down, 5 things that, um, uh, that I'm grateful for, and that kind of just, um, like puts life like into, um, like perspective. And then it's usually kind of just um, like free writing, like just how I'm feeling like in that moment, or, um, like I also write about, things that like I want to achieve,
Mm,
and, uh, and, and like my goals and.
got it.
Mhm,
Okay. Cool. That's awesome. I always like to, I don't ask that question a lot, but I think it's
mhm,
interesting to see how other people do their own
mhm,
journaling and all of that. Sometimes what I do is I ask a question and then I give
mhm,
a response. And then
mm.
I ask a further question and then answer a question, answer a question, answer a question. Before I ask you for some maybe last words of advice,
Yeah.
Amanda, where can people find out more about you?
Yeah, so I have a website. It's my first and last name. Um, and I also have, um, like every social media, Instagram, Twitter, uh, TikTok, and Facebook, and it's just my first and last name, like for all of them. Um, I have music, um, uh, on Spotify and Apple Music, and, um, pretty much like all platforms. Uh, and, if you just search up my name, it, it'll all come up as well.
Okay. Is there anything special you're working on, or any projects or anything of interest to you that you're working on?
Yeah, so I'm currently working on my, um, debut album. Um, we're writing songs right now, and, uh, and then, in the summer, um, I'm gonna be recording, in the studio, and then, it, it'll be out. Um, I think at the beginning of, um, next year. Uh, so 2024. Um, so yeah,
Okay. That's awesome. Do you have a name for it, or name that you're thinking of?
I don't yet, but I have um, um, some good songs that are gonna be, uh, that are gonna be in there. Um, uh, that I think people are gonna really, really like.
Got it. Awesome. Oh, Amanda, is there any last words that you want to share?
Um, I think just, um, something that like, like I've definitely learned is like to not be afraid to um, step out of your comfort zone, because I've realized that it's in those moments uh, um, where you grow the most. Um, so yeah, short and simple, but I think so.
Love it. Well, Amanda, I want to say thank you once again for sharing your stories, your wisdom, and experiences with us. And everyone, please check out Amanda Mammana, her website online, and definitely check out her music. Amanda, thank you once again.
Thank you so much for having me.